Good morning, welcome to another video by AntiquesArena. My name is Walter O'Neill. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm a UK reseller. I buy and sell antiques and flip them for a profit. Well, antiques, collectibles and things I like. I buy from auction, flea markets, house clearances, garage sales, you name it. Buy anywhere I can and sell anything I can to make a profit. Purpose of today's video is I'm going to show you what I've bought this weekend. And I can tell you now, I have had some absolutely amazing things. I take a large chunk of money with me to the flea markets. Not only did I run out of money on Saturday, but I went and used my cash point allowance and run out of that as well. So that gives you an idea just how much I bought. And some of the stuff is spectacular. So should we get started and show you the weekend's haul? I don't know if I'm going to get it all into one video. It might be two films. I really have got that much stuff. We have a very large glazed cotton panel. I have no idea if it was intended to be like a tea towel or something like that, but it's a nice cotton panel celebrating Wales. You've got the Welsh dragons and you've got the three feathers. It's just a really nice piece. It's glazed front and back, so you've got two panels. This isn't stuck on the glass, this is inside the glass. So it's a double panel of glass with this in the center. I'm not sure if this is a regimental badge or something like that. It could be a regimental badge. DN, I serve. So it could be a new Welsh regiment badge that I'm not sure of. However, what I do know is this cost me a tenner in my flea market. Now, if you wanted to get something like this made, I can tell you now, plain and simple, you're talking best part of £100 to get the frame and the glass and frame this up. So there's £100 worth of work gone into this, the size of this, with the glass panels and everything. And so to make something like this, you're talking £100 if you can find the cotton panel. It cost me a tenner, so I'm going to put £45, £50 on this in the shop here, and it's a really nice walkout piece. It'll look amazing on display in a pub or, you know, well, anywhere really. Next piece means a bit to me. For those of you who don't know, I live in the Welsh Valleys, which is heavy mining industry, coal mining, and I do a lot with miners' lamps and things. But here we have a mirror that was created, there we go, that's better, to show the locations of 44 mines, coal mines, throughout Rhondda, which is the Rhondda Valleys in South Wales, in 1913. So it's the official list of mines records that in 1913 there were 53 large collieries at work in Rhondda Valleys. Of these, 44 employed over 500 underground. So you have the map of the Rhondda Valleys showing all the different mines. Has it got Mountain Ash on here? Bear with me. Gwyn, Taff Valley right there. Pentra, Mardy. I'm looking to see if it's got Mountain Ash, which is where I am now. I can't see it quickly, but it's probably going to be on here. So you've got all the map showing all the different locations, and then you've got here, you've got the winding wheel. Winding wheel would be what was used to pull the carts full of coal up from underground, or the lifts. So up, lowering up and down the lifts, that type of thing. Just a nice piece. It came in for £2, 2 whole pounds, and that's probably going to be £35 quite comfortably. And to be honest with you, I love anything like that. Next pieces I'm going to show you are brand new, literally made yesterday. However, I've been in the trade long enough to know when we need something. I bought 2 glazed display cases. Now they've been handmade or homemade, whatever you want to call it, out of pine and varnished. They finished them off with almost picture framing. So you've got that beautiful finished edge, proper glass, they're velvet lined, they have lockable so people can't open the door. And I had 2 of them. So I got two, and they're a good size. Now they owe me £7.50 each. Now if you wanted to make them, you went out, you bought the wood, you bought the glass, you bought the velvet, you're probably up £15, £20 each if you wanted to make one. If you make in bulk, fine enough, it'd come in cheaper. But then you'd need the skills to cut the timbers and put in the glass. It's not something I'd be interested in doing. I've bought these in the past and I've paid as much as £40, £50 each for a display case like this to show off my silver, my jewellery, my pretties in the flea markets and antique fairs where you don't want people to be able to get in and steal your smalls. Now they owe me £7.50 each. Now I was quite happy I was going to price them up at £30 each. But Stephen comes with me on a weekend. He doesn't drive, so I take him with me. And he showed an interest in one. So the first one is gone to Stephen for £20, which will show me a £5 profit. Which means the other one is 100% free, and I'll sell that one on in the trade for £30. So I'll have a £35 profit on those two. One of them's going today for my money back and a small profit. Can't fault that. But anytime you see quality, display cabinets, things like that, don't ever leave them there because the trade need them. If you want to sell at an antique fair, you desperately need a safe display cabinet. Now next piece, I walk into my local flea market and I don't think I got 10 foot in before I saw this. Absolutely amazing. It's Art Nouveau. What's Art Nouveau? It's very organic, flowing lines, organic designs. You can see that here with the leaves, and I'm not sure what these are meant to be, whether they're some sort of fruit. The colours are beautiful, nice, almost majolica colours to it. It's a really nice large vase. Now it is of the period, it's 1918, 1920, around by there. I'd guess size wise I'd say about 14 inches tall, 15 inches tall, and about 18 inches wide, something like that. So a good size. I'm going to show you the mark underneath. So it does come with a maker's mark. Now the lady I bought it off is trade. She's not an antique dealer, but she's trade. She sells at the markets regularly. And she picked this up and she went over to one of the antique dealers. They said, how much shall I put on it? He said put £50 on it, but he didn't know who it was. I know who it was. She said £50 the nearest offer. When I asked, I offered £40. She took it. So it owes me £40. However, this is by Royal Ducks. There is another name for the mark, but I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. But if you look across here, there is an 8-inch vase with the title there, with the description of the mark. It is a Royal Ducks 1918 to 1930s mark. And they're asking £300 for an 8-inch vase. I have no idea yet what I'm going to get on this. I got to do some research to find out exactly the price. But bar for one or two tiniest of, I don't even know if you can see it, it's that small. Let's look at this one then. By here you got tiny chip, flea bite chip by there to the glaze, another one by there. Bar for a couple of tiny little flakes like that. This is in really nice condition. And if you look at the width, that's tight up against me there. It's not far off, as wide as me, a few inches short, so it's a good size. Beautiful piece of early Royal Ducks. Now, I know the travellers used to collect this stuff and they'd pay big money for it. But they're asking £300 for an 8-inch vase. Certainly going to be interesting. Nice piece of early Royal Ducks for £40. I'm not going to lose no money on that. Next piece I bought is this. Now, if you want to get ahead in business, get ahead. Look at that. Look at the colour of that blue glass. Is that not just lovely? In good condition, not even a flea bite chip. Really, really nice, beautiful, deep Bristol blue glass. Now, I've sold hundreds of these in clear or bottle green glass, And you always get 30–40 pound for a clear. No problem at all. For a Bristol Blue, it's my first. So I have had a look. Comfortably, they get in 50s and 60s, no problem at all. But if you have a look by here, you'll see there's somebody sold one at 85 or 90 pound, and there's another one asking 95 pound for the Bristol Blue ones. This come in for £4. And it is absolutely perfect. Love it. One of the questions I get asked regularly is, where's the stuff going up for sale? Things like the mirror and the embroidery will stay in the shop here because I don't want to ship them. The likes of the Royal Ducks and the blue glass head are going straight onto the website. The link will be in the description, and the more collectibles end up on eBay. So there is the 3 pieces, but again, if you go to the website, there's links on the website to my eBay page as well. Again, this next piece is going up for sale in the shop. What we have is an aluminium bank of drawers, or pigeonholes, drawers, whatever you want to call it. It's got, you know, some ware that you could probably clean off if you want to, but other than that, there's no damage to it at all. It's a nice aluminium bank of drawers, and every drawer is in good condition. Now, these are perfect if you want to put them in the garage, put nuts and bolts and things like that in them, or keep them in the house and keep little knickknacks in. There's so many uses for a bank of drawers like this, and it come in for £5. Now I'm going to put 45 on that, no problem at all, being aluminium. It's just a nice thing, and it's something different other than ceramics and glass to go in the shop here. So I don't think that's going to hang around long, to be totally honest with you, for £45. Okay, next piece we have is a retro alarm clock. Now this is a Japanese alarm clock. Rhythm is the make. You can see it up there, and look at that, you can see it going. Now this is number 51141, made in Japan. Nice, beautiful shape, chrome stand, and that cost me £10. On the weekend, I've seen people asking £95 for these in the flea market, and as low as £60. So that gives you an idea. They sell on eBay anywhere from £50 to £100. If you've got a really rare colour, £150. But we have a go-in, working alarm clock, Japanese, really, really nice. It could do with a clean, you know, I haven't cleaned it or nothing yet. But overall, it's in good condition, you know, it's no damage, no real wear to the chrome. It's just a nice thing. And for a tenner, I'm going to put it up for probably £75 and see what offers I get. That's just a nice, nice clock. If I stay with clocks, and the same dealer, he sold me this. Now I haven't done the research on it yet, but this is Art Deco. I would say it's Art Deco anyway. It's a Smith's 8-day clock. The shape is amazing, but this is bronze. All this is bronze. It's a Smith's 8-day floating balance. I have no idea what half of that means. Made in Great Britain, but it's a real nice shape, and I love this inside. It could do with taking apart and cleaning, to be totally honest with you. It runs again. I don't know how you wind this. I think the only problem with it is the winder bit have snapped off, but there. The thing's there, but the loop that you wind it on is gone. That's the only problem with it, but it is. He assured me when I bought it, it's a running clock. So I'm going to have to try and wind it and test it. I may get this one serviced and cleaned. It is spectacular. I see it every bit as much as the other clock. Whether I sell it as is or not, I don't know. But it is such a beautiful clock. Really, really nice. Look at them handles. Look at that pattern on the back end. Absolutely stunning. And all the bronze. So really pleased. 2 clocks, £20 is going to be a good £150 back off that 20 quid. Okay, next piece I bought is unusual for me. It's, yeah, for me it's very different. I'm big. And I don't buy this type of stuff normally. However, we got a 1940s hand-painted bungalow bath, these were called. But this would have been your Rolls Royce of a bath. It's tin. It's been hand-painted, almost like barge ware. Inside's been painted as well. Stinking dirty, I mean, it needs a good clean, and this is literally farm fresh, just how I found it out in the field. And really is quite something. And this paint is original. This is period 1940s painted. You've got the flaking. I'm going to include some photographs of this at the end. It weighs a ton, bear in mind. Really, really nice piece. And I want to show you the other side, just so you can see the condition of it. It's in lovely condition. Both sides. I gotta put it down. Oh, that's 4 foot long. So that is a major luxury bath. You could almost lie down in that bath. And for the period, you know, I remember my parents used to have a tin bath, and it was a lot smaller than that. That has been beautifully painted. Could you imagine that in a large house as a log basket or as a planter now? Or there's so many options, you know. Really nice thing. The painting, that is period. That isn't later done, in my opinion. It's all got the right amount of wear and flaking, and it's just the right look to it. £18. I know, £18. Now, I was looking on the weekend while we were sat in the car waiting to go into the flea market in Cardiff, and I found some people selling a plain tin bath that size for £80 and £100. I couldn't find an example that had been painted like that with period paint on, so I don't even know what it's worth yet. I got to do research on it. But £18, it was an absolute bargain. Well, I say £18, it was £20. But I threw in 2 items with it for the £20, so I work out £18 for that and £1 each for the next 2 pieces. Now, before you see it, it's roached. It is really rough, but God, do I love it. Look at that. Isn't that just absolutely stunning? So you got the lady in that beautiful sports car there, Coca Cola advert, drive refreshed. Now, all this is worn and rusted, but you know what? It still has the look. I still think that's a £20 tray. Gotta be 20 quid all day long in that condition. And to be totally honest with you, right, I would display that in my house as it is, with the age showing, with the paint flaking. I wouldn't clean it up, I wouldn't do nothing to it. I would simply put that in the house, in the cabinet, and that's exactly how I would display it. I just love it. What a beautiful piece. Now, you know, I've even lost the wheels of the car here and all up the corner where they always go. But that is a period Coca Cola tray, and yeah, somebody charged $14.95 for that. I don't know how long ago, but I'll take that label off. But it was such a nice thing. But I threw that in with the tin bath. Come off without damaging. Well, you can see how long that's been on there, the difference in colour, where I just peeled that sticker off right by there. Don't know if you can see it. But yeah, cost me £1. That's going to go in the shop window by here, and it's going to look amazing. I don't even care if it don't sell. I'm probably going to put 25 quid on that. even in that condition. The other piece I had was this tin number plate for Illinois, 1994. So what we got here, Vancouver, land of Lincoln. So just a nice little metal number plate, and I've had these in the past. They sell for around £15–20. So let's just assume I get 20 quid for the Coke tray and I get 20 quid, 15–20 quid for the number plate. I'm up £35 to £40, so I'm doubling my money. And I get that beautiful hand-painted tin bath free. That bath, believe it or not, is actually going up on the website once I figure out exactly how much for. But it'll be collection only, or you can arrange your own collection with a company. Next piece I'm going to show you is this. So we have a large, I don't know what you'd call it, lobed. I think it's lobed. You'd call it, I'm not 100% what you'd call this. It's a brass tray. Now this tray was literally underneath clothes, underneath bric-a-brac and everything. And all I could see was one little corner sticking out. And I said, is the tray for sale? She said, yes. No, I actually had to pay £20 for this tray, but it is absolutely superb. Now I'm going to splice in, you ain't going to see, so I'm going to splice in images now of all the scenes. You can see them there, but in the centre here, you've got, I have no idea, well, you've got all varying scenes all the way around, depicting animals and people, and then you have all this foliage and flowers and scrolling all the way around. It's beautifully done. If you turn it around to the back, you can see the colour and the aging on the back. This is certainly a 19th century piece, late 19th maybe, but it's certainly 19th century, and it's absolutely stunning. Now I can't find a mark on there. I did have a quick look yesterday when I bought it, but I can't find a mark on there. But I think it's Indian, and I think it's absolutely superb. And a tray like that with all this sort of design is about £60–70, no problem whatsoever. So for 20 quid, that's a really good little buy. Now, people were walking around in Bessemer just, daydreaming, and I'm not kidding you, that was on the table, it was covered over, you could only see that little bit, and when I had it, as soon as I pulled it out like that, there must have been 4 or 5 dealers stood behind me waiting for me to put it back down. I didn't put it back down. 20 quid, and that's, again, going up online. It's a nice piece, but hopefully you saw the images of that and you can see what I mean. Okay, moving on, we have another shop display. Now this one I think is Fiberglass. It's got an impressed number on the back there of 21, but look at that face. Is that not just absolutely beautiful? So she's a shop display. And I could use that, put hats on, I could put a bit of jewellery around the neck, wherever I want it, but I'm going to sell her exactly as she is. She got a beautiful sort of Art Deco 1950s look to her. She's really nice. Don't want to rip all the bays off. I'm just peeling the bays back a bit to have a look what it's actually made of. I think it is fiberglass. But it's got this green baize on it to protect wherever you put it on. It's just a really nice, elegant looking shop display. Now it cost me £20. I did try and get it cheaper, but I weren't leaving it there. 20 quid. She's going out for probably £50–60 again online, and I can ship. So really nice. I suppose she could use a good clean, but in all honesty, to me, I love that aged look about it anyway, so it's just a really beautiful, elegant shop display. Okay, the next couple of pieces are not going to be everybody's cup of tea. However, they are an important part of the antiques industry, so don't shoot the messenger. we got some taxidermy. So we got a large boar's head here. It's really, really nice. It's in good condition. Glass eyes, nicely mounted, it's got good age to it. And before people start shouting at me because of the taxidermy, if you eat bacon, if you eat any sort of meats, I don't want to hear it. If you want to shout at me and you're a vegetarian, fine. I didn't kill it. This is a good 70, 80-year-old in my opinion. Certainly early 20th century. And it has been really well done. And it's in good condition. Now, it cost me £40. I've had a look on eBay, and if I stand over here again, at some of the asking prices for the boar's heads on eBay, they're asking 150, 250, 350 for boar's heads. This is a really nice boar's head. It's a good size, 18 inches, 2 foot long. It's a really good size and in good condition. As I've said, he's not everybody's cup of tea, but it is part of the antiques world. So, value-wise, well, I'm going to find the most comparable or the most average sale price of these on eBay. So if they're comfortably selling for 150s, I put it up for 150. If they're selling for 100, I'll put it up for 100. Wherever the average out is. So I'll pick probably 5 or 10 sales, average amount, and that's where I'm going to ask for it. But it is, if you're into taxidermy, this is a really fine example. It really is. On the same stall, for £15, I had a water buffalo horn. Now this is an original water buffalo horn. It's mounted. They've done a pretty good job on it too of mounting it up. It's a really nice horn. It's original. So you got a really nice mounted water buffalo horn. It cost me £15, and I see that at £45, £50 all day long. Again, not everybody's cup of tea, but if you're into that sort of thing, you know, on a desk, on a gent's desk or something like that, really, really nice. So that's my 2 taxidermy pieces. Just while getting them out of the way, oh, there's one more piece. Sorry, hang on. This one here was free. I had it thrown in the deal, and I have no idea what it is. It's a little skull of something with a couple of horns attached. Very small animal, but with horns. Haven't done no research on it yet, but an interesting little thing nonetheless, and it was free. So even if I chuck 10 or £15 on that, that's going to be absolutely fine. So, I don't know, people just like these things. Very small to have horns that big, mind. But there we go, that's my 3 pieces of taxidermy, okay? So we'll move on to this next piece, which I absolutely love. So we have a conch shell that is carved very much like you used to get the carved cameos where they pick a shell up and they'd carve the beautiful scenes of the ladies and things. So you have a carved scene here. I'm not sure if that's Mount Vesuvius or something like that. It looks like a volcano in the background. Either way, it's a really nice carved conch shell. Silver plate or chrome mounts. So this would be a lamp. So literally, they'd put a little light through there, stick the base back on. Oh, there you go. There went. So you'd put your little bulb in there, small bulb, put your wire through, screw it back on, and you've got yourself a lamp. Now I'm not going to bother turning this back into a lamp. You just feed your wire through there, up there, put a plug on, put a bulb on it, put a plug on that end, you got your lamp. This is the bit I'm interested in. Now it cost me a tenner. Beautiful carving. Date wise, this is probably 1930s, something like that, I guess, 1940s. It's really nice, good condition. Cost me a tenner. I would say it's going to be about £45, £50 for a nice lamp like that. I've got a selection of Chinese pieces, but to be honest with you, I've got another 30-40 lots. I'm not going to get through it all in today's video, there's just no way. Let's have a little look at this panel. So what we got here is God Bless Our Home, all inlaid with different woods and things, and mother of pearl. Little bits of damage, you know, up on the top, things like that. Doesn't really worry me, and it's got a bit down here in the corner where it's lost a bit, but what a beautiful little plaque. And that cost me £1. With the inlay and everything else and just the look, that's got to be 20 quid of anybody's money. So I'm turning that £1 into 20 happily. And that is going to sit over here in the shop. And there you go, just found this new home. That's exactly where it's going to sit, and until somebody buys that. Well, that gives you a clue before you go any further. It's Chinese. And it is fine silk. That is Chinese silk. Exactly what it is, I'm not sure. It's a hanging of some description, so you'd literally just hang it like that. But that is all embroidered Chinese silk. It's spectacular, beautiful. I don't know whether it's like for good luck or something like that, or just whether it's decorative, I don't know. But all I know is it's hand embroidered Chinese silk, and it cost me £3. Beautiful piece of silk like that in the box. That's an online piece again. Well, I'll say it's online. I'm going to do some research. I haven't researched yet. For all I know, they sell them on eBay for a tenner. But in my opinion, when I bought it, I instantly thought, well, that's really nice. That's 20-30 quid of anybody's money. Just the time it takes to stitch all that silk. Even if it's machine made, you know, you still got all that silk and everything. It's a really nice thing. I think it's 20-30 quid all day long. But I'll do some research on eBay and we'll see. Okay, so the next piece I got is a bit of a staple for me. It's a silver plate ice bucket. Nice shape, nice quality. You know, it's a nice quality piece. And even better than that, it's got a really good name behind it. The name is Elkington. And it's actually not in bad condition, it's slightly out of shape. But the silver plate hasn't been worn away, it's not heavily scratched. They haven't cleaned the inside, which I like. I like the original, you can't see it because of the light, but it's the original patina inside, but they have been cleaning the outside. That cost me £2. Elkington plate ice bucket. That's £45, but they're happy. 45 quid, 45 pound for an Elkington plate ice bucket. Top quality, really good name. Cleaned up. Once I give it a good clean now and photograph that up, that's going to look £1 million. And the name is what's going to sell that, and it's a really good heavy duty quality piece. £2. Do you know what? I've literally got probably 40 or 50 pieces left to film. That's without all the jewellery. I've had not far off half a kilo of jewellery this weekend, so I'm probably going to call it by here now. And I'll make another film with the remaining stuff, because we're just going to run into a couple of hours otherwise, and it's going to be way too long. But I've got, just to give you a little hint, I've got a load of Oriental antiques. I've got a ton of jewellery. I've got architectural pieces, coat hooks, weapons. I've got swords and bayonets, ceramics, glass, you name it. I got some Chinese jade. So I've got a really nice haul still left to get through. But for now, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look at some of these pieces. If you have, leave a comment. And honestly, subscribe. Remember to subscribe, because you're going to want to see the next couple of films showing what I've had. Honestly, some of the stuff is absolutely amazing. Thanks for watching, guys.